This video was recorded live before a canned studio audience. It's Friday Night Movie Reviews, and here they are, Chris and Keith.
Hi, how you doing? How's it going? Thank you for joining us again here tonight. We always love it whenever you come and visit us, and we love for when you bring us into your homes as well. Tonight we're going to be reviewing a movie that we watched over the weekend, and this movie it's pretty popular among certain groups of people. It's based on a video game that's been around for quite some time. How long has it been around?
2011.
Since 2011. So this video game has been around for quite some time. Now,
so literally kids could have played this, grown up, and now have their own children when they saw this movie.
Right.
That's crazy to think about.
Now, here's another crazy thing to think about. Most of the time when video games are turned into movies, they don't really translate that well onto the silver screen.
Yep, I still have trauma from the 90s Super Mario Brothers movie.
Well, they did kind of heal those wounds a little bit with the newer one.
Definitely.
The newer one's a lot better. So what we're going to be reviewing tonight is the movie called Minecraft. The new Minecraft movie. And if you haven't seen it, then hey, you know what? Watch the review. Decide whether you want to go and see it, because we're going to let you know in this review whether this movie was worth your cash or if it was trash. All right, so let's get right into it, Chris. Why don't you give a brief synopsis of what the movie was about?
Just briefly, it's a action adventure children's movie based on the popular video game Minecraft. It stars Jack Black and Jason Momoa and the two children actors who honestly haven't been in enough things to remember their name. I think Sebastian is the name of the boy. That's his I forget his character's name, but it is based on that, and it has all the normal IP stuff you see from Minecraft, all the characters like the creeper and everything else. So I'm sure it's that game that you see your children playing on their iPad where they're creating things and whatnot.
Right, mining stuff. I mean, they're just constantly hitting something with their pickaxe.
And there's this whole community on YouTube where they talk about this game, they play this game, and your son that was primarily why we saw the movie, because he wanted to see it, and he was telling us stuff during the movie.
Right.
It was really surprising, and it made me very clear that this movie was intended for his age group, or just fans of Minecraft in general. There's a lot of Easter eggs in the movie that he was catching, and we were just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, we were kind of lost.
It does have a fair amount of comedy, but it's clean family comedy. So there's nothing you can take any age group to see this film. It's not an issue or anything.
I only remember a couple of cuss words in the movie. It wasn't riddled throughout it like some movies are. So don't worry too much about that.
Yeah, it's a PG movie, so you're not going to get like the heavy cuss words or anything. Yeah.
I will say this though, it does have some video game / cartoon-esque violence in it.
It does, yeah.
And so, some of it is rather surprising.
Yeah. I remember I heard you gasp a couple of times.
Yeah.
And it does. You're like, wow, that's kind of a little bit more violent than I was expecting for a movie about Minecraft. Because I've seen when the creatures get destroyed in the game before, they just pop and kind of disappear.
Right.
And it didn't quite work the same way in the movie.
Right. It translated kind of strangely over on the screen here. But yeah, this movie, I would say it is kind of a family friendly kind of movie.
Yes.
All right. Not too much. The violence is nothing that you wouldn't find in the video game. It's not anything that you will not find on a Looney Tunes cartoon. So if you have problems with your kids watching Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny and all of that, for those of you who may not be in touch with Looney Tunes, if you have a problem with that, or if you have a problem with your kids actually watching animated video game violence, then you're going to have a problem with this movie because it does have that kind of stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And basically, the movie is just about a MacGuffin about finding this orb, which is square shaped, because everything in the Minecraft universe is squares.
Right.
Of course, they're all brick shaped.
Right.
So that's basically, it's just the MacGuffin, and they've got to find this to get back to the real world, but the bad guys want it to destroy the Minecraft world as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically the premise of the movie without spoiling anything.
Right. Right.
I will mention up front, there is a mid-credit scene and there is an end-credit scene. Now, the end-credit scene really made his son jump and was like, this is so-and-so. So if your kids are really into Minecraft and you can sit through a few more minutes of credits just to see that scene, your kids will tell you it was well worth the wait.
Right. Right. Because it does kind of open up some doorways for some potential future kind of silver screen kind of stuff as far as Minecraft goes. Now, as far as anything else in the movie, there are no adult situations in the movie because this movie was totally made for kids. I don't even really recall anything that I would be like, oh, wait a minute, they didn't need to say that. As far as that kind of thing.
There wasn't even any of those kind of like just jokes that go over a kid's head. They didn't even have that in this movie. They really, really made this movie for 7-year-olds.
Right,
It really felt that way because a lot of the jokes are just very juvenile jokes meant for children. And there's a lot of dry parts in the film. And that was the thing I kind of struggled with because I would laugh and I'd wait a long time and then finally something else would be funny in it. So there are stretches of it. So if you're an adult watching it and you didn't grow up playing Minecraft and don't really know that much about it, there'll be parts of it you're kind of like, I wish I was doing something else. But boy, was the 7-year-old from beginning to end. He enjoyed every single bit of it.
Yeah, my son loved it, and he loved it from the start to finish. So let's get into our ratings on this movie because this movie did pretty well at the box office.
157 million on its opening weekend. It exceeded expectations for what they thought it was going to make. It's already made its money back as far as that goes.
Right.
So how much? Because it cost 150 million to make it, and they've already made 157.
Right.
So needless to say, another weekend without any real competition, this movie is just going to continue to make money.
Right. And this movie had no competition.
It really didn't. There's just none right now.
There was something out that should have been some competition, but it was no competition. Anyway, all right, I digress. So, what I thought about this movie, I did not grow up 2011. I have never played Minecraft. I've tried to kind of sit down a couple of times and play it. Don't hate me. Don't send me a lot of messages. Minecraft just never has been my bag as far as a video game goes.
I saw it for what it was worth. It's a sandbox game. It's basically like pouring out a box of basic Legos with no instructions.
Right.
That's what Minecraft is to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have any real connection with it either. I've only ever seen younger children playing it, and I've got cousins that have played it. My niece, she played it and would show me. She built like a Disney castle with it.
Wow!
Wow, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things that you can build in the game.
So,
but I never did sit down and play it. Yeah. So I never made a connection with it. And I'm gonna be upfront and just tell you this: if you have not made a connection with the video game, this is not a Disney type film. This is not a Pixar film. It's not one of these things where you and the kids are going to be able to sit down and you as an adult are going to be able to find something that you can connect to in this movie. Not really. Not really.
There's no emotional stakes. There's nothing like in a Pixar movie that brings out almost the misty eyes to you kind of situation.
It don't really. There's a couple of scenes where it does kind of tug at your heartstrings a little bit, but not. It's nothing like a Disney film. So if you're an adult going and thinking, hey, you know what? I've never played the game before. I have no idea what it's about. I'm just going to go and take my kid because my kid loves the video game and we're going to sit down and make a connection with this movie. Probably not. Probably not going to happen. Your kid's going to love it, but you as an adult will probably sit there and be a little bit bored with this movie.
Yeah.
It does have some funny moments in it. But other than that, it really doesn't have much of anything to offer those who have not played the video game. Now, if you're one of these parents that played the video game when it came out and you've been playing it for years and you love it, or you even have like a passing fascination with it, you can take your kid if your kids played it, and you guys can sit there. Oh yeah, hey, there's that, and blah 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 blah, and you guys can connect and bond over it. But otherwise, as an adult, you're really not going to be able to sit down and get much. You're not going to be able to get very much out of this movie, as far as that goes. What do you think about it?
This movie to me was just kind of an average movie. I mean, I love Jack Black. I like Jason Momoa, and that's primarily the reason that I wanted to see it. Because usually Jack Black can make me laugh, and he's made children's movies in the past. And he's Kung Fu Panda guy. I mean,
yeah.
So I was expecting a lot of that in the film, and I got a little bit of it, but it wasn't enough to hold my interest. Because there's parts of the movie where it's real dry and stale for an adult.
It is.
But as a kid, they're like, "Oh, we're in the Minecraft world. I'm not losing focus. I'm keeping an interest." And so I really supported it for your son.
Right.
But I was just like, I could have been doing something else instead of seeing this movie. And that's nothing against the movie because it does have its pluses. But to me, this movie is just very average.
And I will say this. Jason Momoa's character, probably, we kind of talked about it, and it's probably based on an actual true-to-life character. And if it is, then that's what makes his character even more interesting. Otherwise, this is not the kind of character that you'd be used to seeing Jason Momoa play. As far as Jack Black's performance goes, I thought he was way over the top.
Yeah, I mean, it was just
way over the top. And I mean, maybe he had to be for the kids' sake, but it was almost like every line he delivered, he screamed.
Yeah,
and that got annoying.
It was like School of Rock times 10. It was like they gave him 10 energy drinks and said, "All right, Jack, go out there and do your thing." It was just, and it was very over the top, as if it was for kids. And even Jason Momoa's performance, how he acted in the film, is not how a normal adult would act.
Right.
And they just the adults in the movie here are not really even adults. Like, they're just over the top characters,
Right. More childish kind of, I'm not going to say childish mentality, but more on a childish level.
Yeah. How you perceive like an adult to act as if you were a child.
Right. Exactly.
And so that kind of like, it got old because of that. I'm like, because the only real serious person in the movie, even though she wasn't really that serious, was the lady that played Tasty in Orange is the New Black. She was the one with the petting zoo car and all that kind of stuff. Like, she was probably the most serious in the movie besides the sister character.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough, and it was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah. But the part that got the most annoying to me was Jack Black screaming through the whole movie.
Yeah.
And not screaming because something amazing was happening. It was, "Hey, you guys, look at this! It's a can!"
Yeah, he sounded like a monster truck announcer the entire movie.
Yeah. Sunday!
That's how it came across.
Yeah, it got a little bit annoying there for just a little bit. But my son loved it. He thought the whole entire movie was amazing. He really loved it. And he was, like Chris pointed out earlier, he was pointing out things to me and Chris left and right. Now, Chris was able to make more of a connection with it than I was. I had absolutely no clue what was going on, except for, just watching the movie. Not saying that if you go and watch it, you're going to be scratching your head the whole time. What in the world is going on?
They explain how things work.
They do a good job at explaining how things work and explaining what's going on. It's just, I don't know. It's almost like it was missing some substance.
Yeah,
You know?
it was missing substance, and again, it just you had these long stretches where it would just be dry,
Right.
and
Right.
you'd just be waiting for the next like Jack Black moment to happen. Basically.
Can you say can we say something funny so I can laugh again?
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. So as far as our ratings would go, I would probably give this movie maybe about I'd say probably about a 4 out of 10 popcorns. It just really was not all that great with me. It didn't really strike a chord with me. It's definitely not something that I would sit down and watch again.
No.
About the only reason why I would maybe consider adding it to my Blu-ray collection is so that my son could watch it again, because he definitely would watch it again.
Oh yeah, he was clamoring for a sequel at the end. Like when he
Right.
saw the end credit scene, he was like, "Oh!" And so for that reason alone, I would never disparage this movie. So I'm gonna give it about 4.5 Pepsis, because again, I feel the same way you do. This is not a movie I'm ever going to watch again, even though I love Jack Black. I like Jason Momoa.
Right.
There just wasn't enough there for me to go, yeah, you know what? I really want to watch Minecraft one more time.
Right. I'm just in the mood. Let me pop some popcorn, sit down, and watch this movie.
Now, I will say this. Now, for kids, you can put this on, and this will be a great babysitter movie.
It probably would. Yeah,
this is one of those ones that you can put on, and all them kids will sit there and stare at that movie till it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So
I gotta do my taxes, kids. I'm gonna put the Minecraft movie in. Yeah, Minecraft.
It's definitely one of those. So,
one of those kind of movies.
So for parents, yay, this will be a winner. But you're gonna be like wanting to look at your phone the whole time. I'm sorry.
Exactly, or doing anything else.
Yep.
Watching the paint dry. Watching the grass grow. Yeah, something to that effect. Something to that effect for sure. Well, that's our cue to go.
Yep.
We thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you for always joining us. We love it.
Remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to hit that bell notification for when our next video drops. Leave us a comment. What did you think of Minecraft? If you haven't seen it, are you planning on seeing it? Let us know.
Yes, we love it whenever